Pyukumuku, Greninja, and Palkia EX. If you're looking for a deck that has the potential to be explosive early on with some control and have some big damage in the late game, this deck might be for you. In this video, we are going to go over what the deck looks like and show you some games on how it works. Drop a like and subscribe, and let's jump right into the deck list. We've got a fun deck today. Honestly, any deck that's running Greninja is always fun just because of the Water Shurikens, but we're running two Greninja lines with only one Frogadier, one Palkia EX, and two of the Pyukumukus. This deck is really cool with its ability also. If it gets knocked out, you're going to end up giving them an extra 50 damage as long as it's knocked out from physical damage and not effects. We also got two Rocky Helmets to help stack up a little extra damage, Giant Cape, the two rare candies, a Cyrus to be able to pull in something that you hit with the Water Shuriken, Irida, and Misty. So the idea is essentially you're going to try to get the Pyukumuku on the active spot while getting a Greninja built up and getting the Palkia EX also on the bench and slowly building that up to do Dimensional Storm. The best part about Greninja is for 2 energies, you can get into doing 80 damage with the Water Shuriken very early on. So you kind of have this early game explosion to take care of their basics or what they're trying to do, as well as Oricorio. Or you do the build up and then hopefully you take the game and sweep it with the late game going into Dimensional Storm. So let's jump right into the games. So let's go over this real quick here. The Pyukumuku, if this Pokemon's in the active spot, is knocked out by damage from an attack from your opponent's Pokemon, do 50 damage to that attacking Pokemon. There you go. So this is going to be our headliner. While we try to get our Froakie Greninja on the board with Palkia. Oh, wow. Okay. A little bit of a mirror match going on here. But that's okay. So we're looking at a Starmie in the background here. And let's just get the Pokeball going. Honestly, I'm kind of digging this so far. This looks pretty good for us. We may not get first energy, but that's okay. We don't need first energy. We don't need it. We'll be fine. Actually, I probably should have put up the Rocky Helmet in this scenario, but Crane, we got a queue open. If you want to join us on the queue, let us know, brother. Let us know. All right, here we go. Bowie's here for it. He's like, I'm down to jam. I'll battle you all day long. All right, sounds good. And we want to get rid of Starmie right off the bat. I don't want to fight Starmie. There's a couple things. We don't want to fight Starmie. But most importantly, we want to encourage an attack to go off here. We would like to encourage an attack. And you would not encourage an attack to go off here if we hit the Water Shuriken on the Pyukumuku in the active spot for Talented Bowie. Sabrina. All right. Fair enough. But we're going to proceed just with what we've been doing. Ooh, with the Palkia too. Alright. So we'll get the Water Shuriken. We're going to hit Staryu again. We are also going to do an attack here. Honestly, I kind of like our position. Talented Bowie is going to have to start firing the trigger and doing some work here. And maybe that's it happening right now. Definitely is going to help with getting a little bit of lead on here, but needs to get a bit more damage down. No energy on Starmie yet. We're probably going to see energy go on to Starmie right now. Kind of just makes sense. But Crane, welcome in. Hope you're doing good. If you want in on the queue, anybody wants in on the queue, let me know. Well, queue is short. It's just Bowie and Mew. So if anybody else wants in on it, it is free range right now. Okay. This kind of just works. So what we can do is we can put this energy onto Greninja. I think that's the smartest thing to do. And then we're going to put the Irida on and heal everything up. Now, the reason we're healing is because we want to force Dimensional Storm out. Dimensional Storm would have not happened if we didn't heal. He would have just done slash and killed us. But Water Shuriken going down is not going to proc the ability, which is good. Good for us. I'm probably going to just see Starmie go out and take the 20 damage, and that just makes the most sense. And then we can just hit him with Sprinkle Water. Some of the names on these attacks, though, right? So creative. And that's just going to be the game right there. We don't even need to really get into anything too fancy. So Starmie is in a death percentage, essentially. And Palkia, Palkia just takes like 50 damage right now. If he comes in and attacks. But either way, we'll use the Cyrus, we'll pull in the Starmie, Water Shuriken, and get the kill. And that will be it. We don't even need to fight this Palkia. Alright, so 30 damage down. We're going to retreat here. We'll pull Cyrus back in. And let's get the Water Shuriken off. And Mist Slash. And that will be the end of the game here. Energy up. And this will do 80 damage. And that will be that. GG's. So definitely doing a little bit of locking out. No, you have to consider, Pyukumuku is really going to make people think about whether it's worth attacking, right? Whether it's really worth attacking. Even the Rocky Helmet puts added stall in there too. Electric deck. So we are fighting against our weakness right now. But I'm kind of Dedenne. Sorry, get the pronunciation right. We will get first energy, though. And same thing. He's going to... If he does knock us out, he is going to take damage for it. So, we'll take the kills we can get. Arceus with this. Okay. All right, I'm in for this. I wonder if this might be a Pikachu... Raichu EX deck. All right, so let's get the Pokeball on the board. And Professor's research, and let's see how developed we can actually get here. There we go. Get a little something something. Maybe not a full something something, but it's a little something something. Let's get another one of these guys on the bench here, and let's get an attack off. And honestly, we might even be able to... We should have probably put the Rocky Helmet up. That probably would have been a smart move again. It really just depends on whether Dene is going to get any energy. Raichu, though. Okay, so this is the Raichu that is getting paired with Arceus, with the Soul Link. If you have Arceus, you take 30 less damage, does 20 to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. So, okay. Decent little counter deck to what we're playing with here. It's all good, Zelda. Do you want back in on the queue? Let us know. Please, alright. Zelda, we'll get you back in on the queue. Alright, so we'll get Palkia on the board here. Let's play the other Professor's Research. We would love to get a Froakie here. That would be ideal. But we don't get it. We get some Rocky Helmets, and we're going to save all of these guys now. Let's get Rocky Helmets on everything else. Get energy. Oh, do we? No, we can't heal. We could cape. Is there a point to cape? There's no point to cape. 0 point to cape. No point. We don't need to attack. We don't need to do anything. If he attacks me, it will attack him with the ability. And to be completely fair, if some magical thing happened where they X-speeded and donned, I'd rather this 50 damage go down on Raichu, so. Now, one thing about this Raichu is it's not very tanky, right? We don't have to do too much to it to actually kill it. We literally just have to hit it once to kill it. Now, whether we're paralyzed, doesn't matter. Everybody dies. And we're going to be able to just lock out Raichu right here, to be completely honest. We'll do 20 damage. If he doesn't heal or put up a cape, even if he attacks us for 60 into the Rocky Helmet, that'll bring him down to 50 HP, and then our ability goes off, and then we kill him. So we're really in a pretty good spot. Not to mention that Arceus has no energy on him yet at all. Right? So Spark goes off. Does a little extra something to our Palkia, which is all good. We can even heal that up. So we do an extra 50 damage there. And then easy enough, we're just going to go right into our Palkia and Water Shuriken and take the kill here on the Raichu. And there we go. We pretty much kind of have this just where we want it to be right now. One turn with red. There you go. And then we can just kind of put energies here. And that is this. Yeah, this is going to be over. Another little fun clip out of that. Oricorio, very nice, very nice. Unfortunately, Oricorio isn't going to have any energy on it. We do have a little bit of swap ability on this deck, but I'm not too worried about Oricorio. Alright, let's just tap the Oricorio here. Just make sure Slash won't do anything. That will end it. For it not being super effective, Meowscarada matches up pretty decent against your attack. Oh, Zelda, I'm in for it. I'm in for it. I kind of feel like you almost get the Dedenne out and try to paralysis. I mean, this is an uphill battle no matter what, right? We retreat. We got 80 damage with Miss Slash and Water Shuriken comboed onto anything, right? We even also, I was going to say, even if we can't hit Oricorio, we can always stack energy on Palkia if needed to do Dimensional Storm to attack the back bench. But, alright. That is going to be GG's Oricorio. Sorry, you're just not going to get past this water deck. Not today. So to conclude this deck, it is a lot of fun. I think one thing that makes it really strong is that you are not depending on the Misties. It is really refreshing to be in a water deck that has that. One of the shortfalls of this deck is it does only have one Irida for healing. So you're not going to get a ton of heals throughout this. So the sustainability kind of isn't there. You know, it works really well, but once you kind of start losing pieces and start getting chipped, you get one chance to heal, and after that, it's done. So all in all, I like the deck. I definitely think you should give it a try, but it'll be interesting to see if people can modify this deck and make it look a little better as time goes on. If you're in on more deck videos, drop a like and subscribe, and we hope to see you in the next video.